Managing a contracting business is anything but easy. You know this, wearing all the hats, running around, taking calls, trying to manage employees, trying to manage clients, trying to manage a business and grow and keep track of your financials. So in this video, I'm gonna be sharing with you 3 different areas of where to manage a contracting business effectively. So before we jump into the content, just make sure to give this video a big thumbs up for all the great content that I'm sharing with you. This is the best way to grow your business, to learn new things. Check out the channel, give it a thumbs up, subscribe. Jumping right into it, the first place that you got to manage inside your contracting business is yourself. So manage yourself. And often we think about managing a business like, oh, I got to take care of this and manage this and that and that. You are the person that's in charge. You need to manage yourself, your time effectively, and that's going to spread throughout your organization. So the first place is obviously time management. How do you manage your time? You need to be very thoughtful about where you're prioritizing. What are you doing? Are you doing $10, $20 an hour, menial jobs, or are you doing, the actual management of the business, higher level stuff? So prioritization becomes extremely important to make sure that you are constantly focusing on the right things, right? Are you doing your monthly planning, your weekly planning? Are you staying on focus, on track of the big picture, of the big goals? Or are you just getting tied down the day-to-day, trying to keep the wheels on the bus and not really have a direction of where you're going? So also productivity systems. So how do you keep yourself productive? There's so much that goes into it, from eating healthy to getting enough sleep and all that kind of stuff. But there's also things like just managing your calendar, like what kind of technology you're using to manage your calendar, manage your appointments. Are you creating a daily task list of like what's important today? Who do I need to talk to? What do I need to get done? Am I meeting my goals? So managing yourself is extremely important, because how you manage yourself is how your business is going to get managed, and how well essentially you're going to succeed. If you can't manage your own time and your own day-to-day, how are you going to manage the day-to-day of your business? So that's the first one. Number 2 is people. People is it's like herding cats sometimes, but managing people is the number one kind of most difficult part of managing a business. The operations and all that stuff, we're going to get to that on the next the next part of this, but people, a lot of variables, right? So clear roles and responsibilities is super important. Knowing who's responsible for what, who's doing what. How can people know, and how can you manage an organization if there's a lot of overlap, if people are unclear about what they should be doing or when they should be doing it? So clear roles and responsibilities, extremely important. And your hiring, your training, and your management, like HR systems, is what's going to keep everything humming, as well as bringing in people that make sense in your business, right? Not just hiring people and then making a job for them and seeing where their skills are and trying to move your business around your people. You need to have that foundation of like roles and responsibilities in your organization chart of like, these are the roles I need. I need like a manager for operations. I need a foreman for this site. This is what they are. And then you're hiring people for that position, instead of just hiring someone who's got a ton of experience and kind of do everything and then seeing where they fit. That's a sure way for your business just to grow in an odd, unproductive, unmanaged way. So extremely important. And then also, people is not just your HR, not just the people that you've hired, it's your clients as well. So managing clients, managing their expectations, making sure you're providing them updates, providing them information they feel cared for and heard of, and that their needs and their experience is being met that they expect from you. So extremely important to manage these, and there's systems for all of this, right? Being proactive, going upstream. If you heard me talk about that before, upstream is like realizing that these issues and problems come up downstream. So making sure to be proactive and take care of them with providing information, providing updates, providing expectations, providing whatever financial assistance, depending on like how they're doing their projects. So you have to make sure that you're managing these things ahead of time, so that you're not just running around in the hamster wheel of trying to like keep the wheels on the bus of your system, and things are going, left, right, and sideways and all over the place. But taking care of those things ahead of time. If you need help with any of this, reach out to me. I've got templates, I've got training, coaching, everything to help you get these systems in place to help manage these different things, whether it's yourself, your people, and the third one, which is operations. So operations of the business, of course, this is like the back end. This is the nuts and bolts. This is the documentation, the training videos, the expectation documents. There's so much, the checklists. This is all the foundation of systems is the way that I like to call it. This is what you build your business off of, right? So you have to be able to manage working on your business, things like the sales and marketing systems, extremely important, because that is the lifeblood of your company. That's where it all starts, right? In sales and marketing and branding. That is like the front end of your sales, your pipeline. That's what generates fuel for your business. If you're neglecting your sales and marketing and not managing that properly because you're too busy with work, you're too busy with like hiring people, too busy growing, you're going to do all that work and you're going to realize you've been, sales and marketing and fallen off the cliff, and now, you're between a rock and a hard place, right? So definitely a great place to start. Project management as well, obviously managing the projects of your business. Operations are so important. Do you have project plan schedules? Do you have, budgets that are getting updated regularly so everybody knows how things are tracking? Do you have management like documentation so that everybody has, knows what the selections are, everybody knows what the scope of work is? So project management, super big component of your operations. And then finally, financials. So how are your financials looking? Do you just check them, once a year or once a month? Your overhead and markup, your cost of goods sold. Do you know how much you're spending per project, per task on the project? Is your budget current with the actual spend that you're burning every day, every week for keeping guys on site, for purchasing materials? So if you don't have a pulse, a thumb on the pulse of your financials, it's very easy to realize that, oh shit, I've got to pay taxes, I've got to, my truck broke down and now I got to spend whatever, $5,000 fixing it or buying a new truck or whatever. So being, again, proactive and realizing, like, do you have those buffers? Reading a book the other day, talking about oxygen canisters. So climbing Mount Everest, they're doing like an assessment of like, as like a business analogy of like, do you have extra oxygen canisters? So the prepared mountaineers, they will stash extra oxygen canisters along the way more than they need, just in case something goes sideways. They get a storm that comes in, one of the guys gets frostbite or whatever. They have a lot of extra oxygen canisters if they need to hunker down for a night or two or wait for someone to come rescue them or whatever, right? So do you have surplus cash ready and available in your business, surplus financing if needed? Do you have those extra oxygen canisters to make sure that you can go through any bumps or anything that comes at you? This is part of managing an effective contracting business, because you've probably been through it, and every entrepreneur, every contractor for sure goes through the cash crunch where it's like, shit, like I barely have $50 to scrape together to put gas in my truck. I've been there where it's like, I did not watch my financials properly, did not have those extra oxygen canisters, someone's late on payment or I miscalculated something, and it's like, oh, I've got no money. Like that's a serious big problem. So hope this has helped you. Make sure you reach out to me if you got any questions about this. Drop some comments down below. Make sure that you check out the description. In the description is a link to a free course, how to build a business that works without you. So this is all about getting the operations side of your business up and running with things like your different systems, your documentation, all that back end stuff that most contractors either don't know how to get started on or just don't have the time to do. It's a free course, great resource. Make sure you pick it up. Just click the link in the description below. It'll bring you to it. Here's the best to managing your business.